Hey everyone, so welcome to another episode of Coaching Changes Lives, and today we're going to focus on the ICF Code of Ethics. So we do programs around the world to help improve lives and organizations through the power of coaching. Because we really believe coaching has the power to change lives. And really what coaching isn't what a lot of ads are talking about what coaching is or isn't. Coaching, it has the ability for us to radically transform thoughts by creating a seismic shift in thought to empower action. So, if you ever do drop by and join us in one of our programs that we offer, where we have Mastery in Coaching, focuses on the foundations of coaching, performance coaching, really taking your coaching practice on the next level, and transformative coaching to help you get from your ACC, PCC, and MCC levels. So that's a little bit of me. Today I'm your host, Jedidiah here. So really happy to be with you on this coaching journey for the ICF Code of Ethics. So a while ago, ICF initiated a review of the entire Code of Ethics, and just last year they've updated the core competencies, and of this year, 1st January 2020, the ICF updated Code of Ethics has been in place. There are five key components of this. The first one, it's the introduction. Second, the key definitions. Third, the ICF core values and ethical principles. Fourth, the ethical standards. Fifth, the pledge. So introduction. The ICF Code of Ethics describes the core values of the International Coach Federation and the ethical principles and ethical standards of behaviors for all ICF professionals. Meeting these ICF ethical standards of behavior is the first of the ICF core coaching competencies. That is, demonstrates ethical practice, understands and consistently applies coaching ethics and standards. The ICF Code of Ethics serves to uphold the integrity of ICF and the global coaching profession by setting standards of conduct consistent with the ICF core values and ethical principles, guiding ethical reflection, education, and decision making, adjudicating and preserving ICF coach standards through the ICF ethical conduct, and the review of the ethical process, providing the basis of ICF ethics training in ICF accredited programs. So really this marks a new era of ethics. And why is ethics so important even in this generation? And so because really the focus, the question that we always ask ourselves is this: why people do the things they do? And for us as a professions of coaches, we have to uphold a certain level of ethics. And we always say this, that so by what ethics do we ascribe to and do we prescribe to? In our profession as coaches, we need to uphold the ethical standards so that our clients trust our profession and so that our clients have faith that whatever we do with them is of value. The ICF Code of Ethics also applies when the ICF professionals represents himself as such in any kind of coaching-related interaction. This is regardless of whether a coaching relationship has been established. The code articulates the ethical obligation of ICF professionals who are acting in their different roles as coach, coach supervisor, mentor coach, trainer, or a student coach in training, or serving in the ICF leadership role, as well as support personnel. Although the ethical conduct review process is only applicable to ICF professionals, as is the pledge, the ICF staff are also committed to ethical conduct and the core values and ethical principles that underpin this ICF Code of Ethics. The challenge of working ethically means the members will inevitably encounter situations that require responses to unexpected issues, resolution of dilemmas, and solutions to problems. This Code of Ethics is intended to assist those persons subject to the code by directing them to the variety of ethical factors that they may need to be taken into consideration and helping to identify alternative ways of approaching ethical behavior. The ICF professionals who accept the Code of Ethics strive to be ethical, even when doing so involves making difficult decisions or acting courageously. So some of the key definitions. Client. When we talk about the client in the coaching context, we're saying that the individual or team or group being coached, the coach being monitored, supervised, or the coach or student coach being trained. The coaching. Partnering with clients in a thought-provoking process and thought-provoking creative process to inspire them to maximize their personal and professional potential. That's the ICF definition of coaching. And the coaching relationship is a relationship that's established by the ICF professional and the client or sponsor under an agreement or contract that defines the responsibilities and expectation of each party. The code. The ICF Code of Ethics, confidentiality, protection of any information obtained around a coaching engagement unless consent to release is given. Equality, a situation in which all people experiences inclusion, access to resources and opportunity, regardless of their race, ethnicity, national origin, color, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, age, religion, immigration status, mental or physical disabilities, and other areas of human difference. The ICF professional is an individual who represents himself as an ICF member or ICF credential holder in roles including but not limited to coach, coach supervisor, mentor coach, coach trainer, and student of coaching. ICF staff, the ICF support personnel who are contracted by the managing company that provides professional management and administrative services on behalf of ICF. Internal coach, an individual who is employed within an organization and coaches either part-time, full-time, the employees of that organization. The sponsor, the entity paying for and arranging or defining the coaching service to be provided. Support personnel, the people who work for ICF professionals in support of their clients. Systemic equality, gender equality, race equality, and other forms of equality that are institutionalized in the ethics, core values, policies, structures, and cultures of communities, organizations, nations, and societies. So the ICF core values and ethical principles. The Code of Ethics is based on the ICF core values and the actions that flow from them. All values are equally important and support one another. These values are aspirational and should be used as a way to understand and interpret the standards. All ICF professionals are expected to showcase and propagate these values in all their interactions. And we are committed, so the ICF core values have 4 different core values. The first one being integrity. We uphold high standards both for the coaching profession and our organization. The second, excellence. We set and demonstrate standards of excellence of professional coaching quality, qualification, and competence. Third, collaboration. We value the social connection and community building that occurs through collaborative partnership and co-create achievement. Fourth, respect. We are inclusive and value the diversity and richness of our global stakeholders. We put people first without compromising standards, policies, and quality. Ethical standards. The following ethical standards apply to professional activities of ICF professionals. Section number 1, responsibility to clients. So as an ICF professional, I explain and ensure that prior to all the initial meeting, my coaching clients and sponsors understand the nature and potential value of coaching, the nature and limits of confidentiality, financial agreements, and other terms of coaching agreement. Create an agreement contract regarding the roles, responsibilities, and rights of all parties and involved with my clients and sponsor prior to the commencement of services. Maintain the strictest levels of confidentiality with all parties as agreed upon. I'm aware of and agree to comply with all applicable laws that pertain to the personal data communications. Have a clear understanding about how information is exchanged among all parties involved during their coaching interactions. Have a clear understanding with both clients, sponsors, or interested parties about conditions under which information will not be kept confidential. Where I reasonably believe one of the above circumstances is applicable, I may need to inform appropriate authorities. When working as internal coach, manage conflicts or interests or potential conflicts of interest with my coaching clients, sponsors, through coaching agreement and ongoing dialogue. This should include addressing organizational roles, responsibilities, relationship records, confidentiality, and other reporting requirements. Maintain, store, and dispose of any records, including electronic files, communications created during my professional interactions in a manner that promotes confidentiality, security, and privacy and complies with any applicable laws and agreements. Furthermore, I seek to make proper use of the emerging and growing technological developments that are being used in coaching services. So sometimes such as technological assisted coaching services, and be aware of how various ethical standards apply to them. Remain alert to the indications that might be a shift in the value received from coaching relationship. If so, make a change in the relationship or encourage a client sponsor to seek another coach, seek another professional, or use a different resource. Respect all parties' right to terminate the coaching relationship at any point for any reason during the coaching process, subject to the provision of the agreement. am sensitive to the implications of having multiple contracts or relationship with the same client and sponsor at the same time in order to avoid conflict of interest situations. Am aware of actively manage any power or status difference between my clients and me that may cause by cultural, relational, psychological, contextual issues. Disclose to my clients the potential receipt of compensation and other benefits I may receive for referring my clients to third parties. Assure consistent quality of coaching regardless of the amount or form of agreement or agreed compensation in any relationship. Section number 2, responsibility to practice and perform. Adhere to the ICF Code of Ethics in all my interaction. When I become aware of a possible breach of the code by myself or I recognize unethical behavior in another ICF professional, I respectfully raise the matter with those involved. If this does not resolve the matter, I refer it to a formal authority, ICF Global, for resolution. And I'm required to adhere to the ICF Code of Ethics by all support personnel. Commit to excellence through continued personal, professional, and ethical development. Recognize my personal limitations or circumstances that may impair, conflict with, or interfere with my coaching performance or take my professional coaching relationships. I will reach out for support to determine my action to be taken and, if necessary, promptly seek relevant professional guidance. This may include suspending or terminating my coaching relationships. Resolve any conflict of interest or potential conflict of interest by working through the issue with relevant parties, seeking professional assistance, or suspending temporarily or ending the professional relationship. Maintain the privacy of ICF members and the use of ICF member contact information only as authorized by ICF or ICF member. Responsibility to professionalism. As an ICF professional, I identify accurately my coaching qualifications, my level of coaching competence, expertise, experience, training, certifications, ICF credentials. Make verbal and written statements that are true and accurate about what I offer as an ICF professional, what is offered by ICF, the coaching profession, and the potential value of coaching. Communicate and create awareness with those who need to be informed of ethical responsibilities established by this code. Hold responsibility for being aware of and setting clear, appropriate, and culturally sensitive boundaries that govern interactions, physical or otherwise. Do not participate in any sexual romantic engagement with clients or sponsors. I will be ever mindful of the level of intimacy appropriate for the relationship. I take the appropriate action to address the issue or cancel the engagement. Responsibility to society. So what I will do is to avoid discrimination by maintaining fairness, equality in all activities and operations while respecting local rules, cultural practices. This includes, but is not limited to, discrimination on the basis of age, race, gender expression, ethnicity, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, disability, or military status. Recognize and honor the contributions and intellectual properties of others, only claiming ownership of my own material. I understand that a breach of this standard may subject me to legal remedy by a third party. Am honest with and work within recognized scientific standards, applicable subject guidelines, and boundaries of my competence when conducting and reporting research. Am aware of my and my clients' impact on society, and I adhere to the philosophy of doing good versus avoiding bad. So that's the pledge of the ethics of the ICF professional. As an ICF professional, in accordance to the standards of ICF Code of Ethics, I acknowledge and fully agree my ethical and legal obligations to my coaching clients, sponsors, colleagues, and to the public at large. If I breach any part of the ICF Code of Ethics, I agree that ICF, as its sole discretion, may hold me accountable for doing so, and I further agree that my accountability to ICF for any breach may include sanctions, such as mandatory additional coaching training or education, or loss of ICF membership or my credential. So, you have the ICF credentials and ethics, and increasingly more so, this is something really important for all coaching trainings. So if you attend one of the trainings, we focus also on the ethics, because that's something that we believe is your main guiding principle of morality, knowing what to do, when to do, how to do. So we look forward to seeing you at one of our classes at Coaching Changes Lives. Do drop us an email at coach@coachingchangeslives.com. Follow us on Instagram on Coaching Changes Lives, Facebook, YouTube. Like and subscribe this, and stay tuned for more videos as we are releasing more video content to help you improve your coaching practice, your coaching skills, and even for those of you who are just learning to explore what coaching is and what coaching can do for you. And we look forward to seeing you at one of our classes, live in training, online, in person, and I will look forward to hearing from you as well. So drop a comment, leave a comment behind, hook us up on Instagram. We look forward to seeing you in one of our classes. See you.